Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here, and welcome back to myself and to you as well. We were, of course, out of the office last week on, just like the message said, a very much needed vacation. More so than any I've been able to have and enjoy over the course of 20 years. Been a lot going on for the past year and a half, and certainly the first half of this year. Nonetheless, I got to be perfectly honest. I had a couple of revelations while being gone. And I don't want to say that I hadn't had them before, but actually, when I left you on Friday, I'd taped the show early a week ago Friday to pick up Andrew from the Rogers Scholars event in Somerset. And I think it was there that they were talking about careers and how important it was that you really like what you do. And I had an epiphany of just about really how much I really like what I do. And I was almost kind of taken back when I sat and thought about just how much I do enjoy it, even while being gone over the course of the week. I'm looking forward to getting back much more than you think. With that said, thank you all for being here this Monday, January. Yeah, I've been out for a week. July the 29th. Wow, where'd that come from? We are going to be covering as much news as I can get caught up on. Still looking back over the course of the week. Kind of a slow news week here while I was gone. I've been told and informed thus far, but we'll take a look back, of course, the ceremony marking the letting of the next portion of the Parkway expansion project. An update on the Route 30 bridge. I hope you saw in this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent that it looked to be on schedule and to be completed this week by the 1st of August. I say that because I hope you saw the Independent. However, that date has changed and it's not been bumped up earlier. So I'll tell you the latest on that. I know a lot of folks anxiously awaiting the Conley Farm Bridge to be back open. I got a couple of calls of emergency, a serious two-vehicle accident, and as well a man airlifted for being burned seriously while working on a car, and a host of other news and information. Weather forecast starting off the first of this week, the last of July. Can you believe it? And a lot of other news and information. With 5,000 openings this year alone, Kentucky education officials are saying that the teacher shortage is now in a critical status, and they're going to up their efforts to do something about it. The education commissioner says that they're going to go to programs such as Teach America and others to try to fill those thousands of teacher positions, the number of which has climbed rather seriously. The positions open climbed from 6,200 in the year of 2014-15 to 8,800 in 16 and 17. And of course, there are all sorts of reasons for that as well, mainly because of a lot of the pension discussion and events surrounding that, but also fewer college graduates are getting an education degree. A lot from the governor's office while I have been out. Just earlier this month, Governor Matt Bevin announced that Kentucky closed the fiscal year budget with a record high state revenue tally. And today, the budget director is releasing the results from the budget surplus of the year. So they had $130 million to the good they weren't expecting, surpassing really by $194 million in all the more than $550 million that they had projected. So how's that money going to be broken down? $1,500 will go into coal severance tax counties, $2.7 million to the mineral severance tax to mineral counties, almost $15 million for lottery seats to the need-based scholarships, $70 million will go into the teachers' retirement system, and $60 million will go into the Kentucky employees' retirement system. All much-needed funding. As well, the governor is also touting jobs going on over Kentucky prior to his visit in McFarland County this past Friday. He sent us press releases about 600 jobs. Atlas Air going to Erlanger, Faneuil, 450 customer service jobs in Lexington, Mega Fit Meals in Marshall, 50 jobs, Patient Tech, 100 jobs in Maysville, and the list goes on. And continuing on that note, the governor and transportation cabinet officials were here in McFarland County to announce the $80 million project to be let out in the coming weeks for the next phase of the Mountain Parkway expansion project. Greg Thomas was also here. He's the secretary of the transportation cabinet. He announced his announcement, he says, is building, as well as the governor's announcement, on a lot of good work that's already been completed with the Mountain Parkway expansion and the ongoing work that is still just that, ongoing, and that the Mountain Parkway expansion project is going to be finalized to fill a critical gap in our highway system.
This is a 4.6 mile segment, $80 million investment, but it connects After this is completed, it connects all of our construction, so travelers along the Mountain Parkway will enjoy 21 miles of continuous 4-lane highway system.
City, county, several state and other officials, and Governor Matt Bevin, a representative from Congressman Hal Rogers' office, all coming to the industrial park on the Mountain Parkway to talk about, as Judge Executive Matt Wireman put it, another obstacle in the way of economic success being removed.
We've got a lot of barriers to economic success, and this road is eliminating one of those barriers, and that's transportation. We already got the gigabit connectivity. We're getting closer and closer to having all those things that we need to start making our economy grow and to help our people.
This particular part of the expansion project is a 4.6-mile expansion, as you heard, called the Magoffin County West segment, as the Secretary of Transportation said, essentially the part that has not been torn up yet. Very good way to put it. This segment also includes a new interchange at Kentucky 3046 and takes out that treacherous S-curve that has been the scene and site of many accidents, many fatalities. With State Representative John Blanton saying that this also brings people and economic growth into the region, adding to the already ongoing negotiations with many businesses to bring them here to set up or establish.
We're grateful for the increase in safety and access that these active sections have already created, and we can only assume they will see even more of these same changes with the Magoffin County West segment. We'll see the safety improvements and business opportunity directly benefiting the people of Magoffin County and all of Eastern Kentucky.
And also echoing sentiments of economic growth, the man who was hired to do just that, Chuck Sexton of One East Kentucky, who says that economic development is a hard and competitive sell, even when you have 100% of the infrastructure in place. But companies seeing continued work and development like what's going on here in Magoffin County is also just as important.
Dashcore Aluminum, for example, who's locating in Hazard and Perry County, and they see work like the Mountain Parkway occurring, it gives them encouragement. Not only have they already decided this is the right place for them, but to see that continued investment in infrastructure is occurring shows them that long term they have a viable business case here in Eastern Kentucky. And that's what we have to do together. We have to together work on building a solid business case that allows us to attract and retain industry in this great region.
And Governor Matt Bevin saying that maybe unlike the existing parkway, as we've known for generations, this new one is designed to bring people and industry home and not take them away. And he says it's projects like this and our people being the reasons why companies are looking at Kentucky to establish or expand.
It is 20 some odd miles now, 4.6 of them here, that are going to connect people to the heart of this country. And Congressman Rogers, I've had a lot of conversation with him over the years. Part of why he has this heart is because when roads like that were originally being built, it was for families like his to make their way out of this state. And a lot of his family members made their way up to places like Ohio and wherever to try to find opportunity. And people want to come home. They want to be here. Those that are here don't want to have to leave, and we want to create that kind of opportunity.
As for the time frame, the project will be let this August, in the next couple of weeks, and will be under construction for 3 years, due to be completed in the fall of 2022.
We're seeing an increasing number of companies interested in Eastern Kentucky, and the reason they're interested is because of our workforce. They know the caliber of work, they know the quality of the worker, they know the loyalty of the worker, and this in today's day and age, those are three things that workers everywhere, that companies everywhere are looking for. So I'm excited. I think good things are coming. This type of infrastructure project is going to only make it more possible.
Governor, can our energy production potential have an effect on the rest of the market?
I mean, no question. I mean, energy's always been a big component of our economy, and increasingly there's opportunities not even just in the traditional coal fields, but there's people in the oil and gas industry in this region that there's a lot of possibility, and the more technology is developed, the easier it is to access certain energy sources. We can't even begin to imagine what might be possible here, but there's a lot of people investing a lot of money to buy the rights to certain things, to make investments, and that certainly gives us hope for the future.
Other local headlines after these messages. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to conleytire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold, and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there at Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville. It's time to see what a great time just $10 can get you while you help out a lot of amazing organizations. It's time for the 16th annual Magoffin County Community Day, featuring Russell Moore and Third Time Out, Ralph Stanley II and the Clinch Mountain Boys, Hammertown, Blue Highway, Nathan and Chessie Arnott Band, Route 1081, Terry Miller and Traveler, plus the Project Echo Kids and a special performance by Waylon Bays. And of course, more food, fun, games, and prizes than you can stand. And not only does your $10 get you in, but it also gets you entered to win this Ford Fusion to be given away that night. And kids under 12 get in free at the 16th annual Magoffin County Community Day, Saturday, August the 17th, all starting at 10 a.m. Big Sandy Healthcare and Hope Family Medical Center are proud to announce the newest addition to their staff and team of over 200 dedicated employees and medical professionals. Podiatrist Dr. Cheryl Stalder Cheney has joined Big Sandy Healthcare at the Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sagersville on Beriah Boulevard, just a couple of doors up from the least famous recipe. For anything minor or serious foot or ankle related, Dr. Stalder Cheney is now accepting new patients at Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sagersville. Your new IGA has fresh brewed coffees and delicious donuts made 7 days a week. Daily made breads piled high with any meat or cheese you can think of. And come and taste the salads, broccoli and cauliflower, cornbread, and their gourmet chicken salad made fresh right here. They've got fruit and vegetable and meat trays made with a little love, and celebrate anything with perfectly professionally made cakes, all fresh and ready for your next meal, party, or event at your Sagersville IGA, where it's a new day, place, and way to shop. Some calls of emergency over the course of just the weekend. I don't have any that I know of significant making headlines from over the course of last week, but definitely two over the course of the weekend. Here are some pictures and some video from the scene. One, a two-car collision on Route 40 in front of the Falcon Post Office that would result in a man being airlifted. Another man being airlifted as a result of serious burns while working on a vehicle in his driveway. This was around 7:30 last night on Route 40, right in front of the Falcon Post Office. In fact, one of the vehicles, the black SUV, was getting onto Route 40 from the parking lot of the post office. When it did so, it pulled into the path of a red, what appears to be Toyota pickup truck. The vehicles collided in essentially a T-bone fashion, making contact with the black SUV's driver's side. The rescue squad had to actually separate the vehicles in an effort to remove the driver of the black SUV, who had serious injuries and was taken by ground ambulance lifeguard to an area hospital for those injuries. However, the rescue squad had to call the Paintsville Fire and Ambulance Service for mutual aid to transport the driver of the red pickup truck. He was initially going to be taken by ground to an area hospital, however, developed some cardiac complications related to a pacemaker or some sort of a heart implant device, and he was then deemed to be in a traumatic situation and thus was airlifted to the Pikeville Medical Center from a landing zone established at the Johnson-Magoffin County line on Route 40. The conditions of either driver are unknown at this time. In the next incident, a Johnson Fork man was airlifted after receiving serious burns to the lower portion of his body while working on a car. According to reports, Ray Allen of Johnson Fork was working on a vehicle over the course of the weekend when there was some sort of an incident in which the gas line broke or gas came from it in some form or fashion and got onto parts of his clothing and or body. And then moments later, there was an ignition source. We're uncertain of what type, but nevertheless, he was seriously burned to both of his lower extremities, his lower legs, third, second, maybe even some first-degree burns. It's unknown at this time, but serious enough that he would have to be flown to a burn center. A landing zone was established nearby his residence, and he was flown from there to the Cabell Huntington Hospital. His condition unknown. Now, stay tuned, because I've got your forecast, which includes a really good cold front, which includes a significant cold front for tomorrow. Not very good wording. But also, I've got a couple of tidbits to tell you about some dueling meteor showers peaking tonight and some other celestial things we want to talk about, and the Route 30 bridge coming up in just a few seconds. The completion date, which was to be this week, is no more. I'll tell you why and tell you when in just a few seconds. Right now, here's what's happening on a relatively brief community calendar brought to you by your local Farm Bureau agent, Doug Green. Yeah, some stuff belated tonight on the community calendar because of my absence last week, and the birthday before you is one of them, which was sent in for last Wednesday, which was to be a happy 20th birthday to Dylan Minix, with a lot of love from Alicia, from Shell, and the family. Happy, now belated birthday to you, Mr. Dylan Minix. Happy, happy birthday. And really, unless, and this may have very well happened because I get 200 or 300 emails a day, literally, you have sent some calendar announcements in over the course of me being out, and I don't have them on tonight. That means I haven't found them, resend them, call me, or something. So the only other calendar announcement I've got for tonight is that McGoffin County Head Start is always searching for awesome kiddos. If your child's going to be 3 or 4 by August the 1st, they can get into Head Start and get a great start. If you have any questions, call 349-3488, and call me anytime you've got a calendar announcements. And like I said, be sure, if you sent something in for last week and you still want it on, let me know. Moving on to funeral service announcements, also going back over the course of the last week. Services were held last Wednesday for 51-year-old Nettie Fletcher Mullins, who passed away on the 19th, survived by her husband Donald, sons Matthew and Justin, and her daughter Betty Jean. Burial was at the Mullins Cemetery. Services were held last Thursday for Rita Howard Wright, 56, of Sagersville, who passed away on the 21st, surviving as her husband Donnie and daughters April Click and Cassandra Chandler. Services were held Thursday of last week for Mornie Allen Minix, 89, of Sagersville. She passed away on the 21st, survived by sons Randall, Freddie, and Paul Minix, and daughters Madge Coleman and Rebecca Minix. Services were held Saturday over the course of the weekend for Mary Lou Cole Mullins, 68, of Printer. She passed away on the 24th, survived by sons Richard, Rodney, and Randy Marshall, and daughters Tanya Salyer, Amy Mans, and Porky Collins. Services were held yesterday for 81-year-old Howard B. Lemaster of Falcon, survived by sons Jim and Tim and Lonnie Lemaster, and daughters Tammy Lemaster, Shimona Russell, Becky Lemaster, and Tina Hall. And services are to be held tomorrow at 1 o'clock for 60-year-old Wade Isaac, Hoss Isaac Jr. of Mud Lick Road, who passed away on the 27th, the son of the late Wade and Merlin Gullett Isaac. He survived by brothers Billy, Keen, Matthew, Adam, and Marcus Castle, and sisters Judy Williams and Sheila Prater. Visitation is tonight and prior to tomorrow's services that start at 1, all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Here's a little of what's new at Parkway Gun and Pawn. A big selection of hunting, bowie knives, some to use, some to collect, or both, starting as low as $14.99 a piece. Hey gamers, while they last, they just got in 2 PS4 Pro editions in perfect condition. And as new, still in the packaging, big flat screens at big discounts. A new selection of kitchen gear and appliances, and even a new in-the-box 30-gallon electric hot water heater. You never know what you're going to save on, but you're always going to save at Parkway Gun and Pawn. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785.
Appalachian Wireless wants to know if you're tired of settling for a phone you didn't really want because it was more about the cost of the device rather than the phone you really wanted. Well, Appalachian Wireless has the solution, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. With Advantage, every phone model is back on the table because you only have to pay the taxes on the device you really want. Many of our hottest smartphones are less than $50 up front, then a few extra dollars on your monthly bill. With Appalachian Advantage. Payment agreement is required. See store for complete details.
If you've never seen what's inside the seasonal shop, you've never seen anything like it. And if you have seen what's inside the seasonal shop, you've never seen it like this. From all the styles of pillows, dishware, bedding, and wall hangings, it's full of beautiful home decor. And there are frames for anyone and any occasion. There are neat and unique ways to design and do it yourself. There are flowers too perfect to be real. And from expecting moms to newborns, toddlers, teens, and adults, the fashions and designs and jewelry are simply endless and always changing at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
It's due to a change order that has taken place that there's been a change in the expected completion date of the Route 30 or Conley Farm Bridge, which has been under construction or remodeling, however you want to phrase it, for very near 2 months' time. The bridge was slated to be closed for 2 months for repairs, but essentially a complete remodeling that was expected to be done in that 60-day time frame that would have put the bridge opening on or around August the 1st. The bridge, a nearly $750,000 project to replace the old bridge, which was deemed structurally deficient. My editor, Heather Oney, had reached out to H.B. Elkins of the State Transportation Cabinet last week, and he confirmed that it was still on schedule, thus the report in last Thursday's edition of The Independent. However, speaking with crews today, I learned that a late change order in the construction has since, in the past couple of days, changed those plans. And as such, the bridge will not be opening this week on Thursday as was planned. I was told by some crews on site just this afternoon that they will be blacktopping later this week, the guardrails are to be installed next week, and that they're hopeful, without any other change orders or the like, that it may open 1 week from this Wednesday of next week. We'll certainly keep you up to date, as a lot of folks are very anxious to see the bridge back open for traffic. We've got a bit of a case of dueling meteor showers tonight, and a forecast that's actually going to coincide with being able to see them. As far as the watch area, not so much. We're going to be in fair conditions, I think, for tonight towards dawn tomorrow. But looking up is definitely where you'll want to focus on if you want to see the Southern Delta Aquariids and the Alpha Capricornids, both peaking the first few days of this week, tonight and tomorrow morning. There's also a black moon as well. The second new moon of the month. New moon is visible from Earth, and that will mean there's very little moonlight in the sky to go along with not one but two meteor showers peaking tonight and early tomorrow after midnight. Going out, looking up, a combination of 20 to 25 meteors per hour should be visible as long as the clouds don't interfere with viewing conditions. Millions of sky gazers in the eastern United States will step outside tonight and tomorrow morning to see mainly cloud-free conditions. Hopefully, if you're up that late, I'm not sure I will be this time around, but hopefully if you're up that late, you might see a good show. And with that said, we will talk about your weather conditions, where that, of course, is a good segue, as I can imagine. We've got a cold front coming tomorrow that's going to give us shower and storm chances. Not going to be a complete drencher tomorrow, but we will see some accumulating rain, up to a ½ inch for everyone, and that doesn't include the possibility of some downpours that some folks could see throughout your Tuesday. Some lingering shower chances as the cold front works its way out thereafter. All in all, not a bad outlook, especially if you could pluck tomorrow right out of it. But, you know, you got to pay to play, so to speak, and we'll do that with tomorrow's showers and storms. Mostly clear tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. A low of 65, a southwesterly wind, maybe 5 miles per hour or so. Becoming calm. Mostly clear skies, again, will prevail. Tomorrow, not. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, possibly thunderstorms more so after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll see daytime highs reach around 83. 83 with all the clouds and rain. Maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch during the day, another tenth to a quarter of an inch during the night as showers and storms continue, mainly up until at least 8 or 9, maybe lingering a little thereafter. And keep in mind, some thunderstorms could put down much more than that total of a half inch of rain for some folks. We will start to improve on your Wednesday. Midweek, partly sunny, a 30% chance of some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon after 1 o'clock or so. And those shower chances should stick around till about 7 o'clock on your Wednesday. 82, 63 your high and low. Thursday, better still, mostly sunny, 84. We'll have to factor in a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3, only about a 10% by 7 o'clock or so Thursday night. Friday, better still, a 10% chance of showers and storms after 4, and that's it. Maybe it'll just vanish between now and then. Otherwise, mostly sunny and 84. And your weekend looks pretty nice. In fact, Saturday, almost perfect. 84, mostly sunny, no showers, no storms, and a low of 65. Sunday, a very slight chance to the tune of 20% of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, mostly sunny and 86. And that trend should hold on into the first of next week as well. Partly sunny and 86 and a 30% shot of showers. And that's going to wrap it up. I don't think it was too bad for being out a week. Sometimes it takes a few days to get back into the groove. I say that and you're probably disagreeing with me, and I understand. With that said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.